As I was just introduced, I am Matsumoto. Today we are having a very attractive symposium, and I'm sure that people in the audience have a deep interest in education. And looking at this title, this program is titled The Future of Science Education at Undergraduate Level. Now, as the moderator introduced, I would like to repeat once again my sincere appreciation to Dr. Carl Edwin Wyman, traveling all the way from Canada. And while he serves at British Columbia University, he also teaches at Columbia University, and he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2001. And I'm sure that you all, some of you are familiar with his name because he is so well known, but he is at the same time very enthusiastic in researching the scientific education and are providing interesting speeches and lectures at many places. Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Wyman, for traveling all the way to Kyoto today. Now, let me briefly introduce you our university, Kyoto University. Kyoto University, it has a history of as short as 112 years. And in 1872, the Kyoto University was established as the second national university in Japan. The then name of Tokyo University, it was named as Imperial University, and since then, for the 30 years, the Meiji administration pondered upon how to develop the leaders of the next generation before establishing Kyoto University. And the government's aim is to develop excellent bureaucrats as well as leaders. And during 30 years of a period, the government dispatched the government officials and intellectuals to outside Japan and have researched and found out that the universities in abroad are engaged in high level of and advanced researches. And so in universities in Japan, we have to be engaged in advanced research as well as developing the encouraged enthusiastic students. And with this backdrop, Kyoto University was established as the second national university in Japan as a comprehensive university, engaging both education of students as well as research programs. The atmosphere and culture of Kyoto University is liberal and freedom. And being free from what is something that we have to think about, but this is the spirit that the Kyoto University has developed so far. We provide freedom of study, freedom of thinking to students, and also self-esteemed. Self-enlightenment is another spirit that Kyoto University is established upon. And with this, Kyoto University is engaged in the advanced and the leading-edge research, and at the same time makes every effort in educating and developing leaders of the next generation. Now, the main theme of today's project is one of the most important aims of the university education. Now, being the research university and at the same time being engaged in education enthusiastically is quite difficult at times. While each faculty pursues his or her own research activities and at the same time involved in education enthusiastically, these two aspects are quite difficult and sometimes incompatible. But we have many good faculty and excellent faculties who have pursued both. And actually, Dr. Carl Wyman, as well as Dr. Sasao, Dr. Bando, are the typical intellectuals and wonderful faculties who can pursue both education as well as research. As a Kyoto University, the freedom and liberal is our philosophy, and self-study and self-teaching is the motto of Kyoto University. But not only the teaching and studying by oneself, the communication has to be the underlying component. In other words, teachers and students have to have a close communication and dialogue to deepen the study. So one-way information flow is not sufficient. And this is the underlying concept. And through this concept, Kyoto University have been working to transcend the intellectuals and wisdom. Of course, what is the purpose and aim of education? This is the premise that we have to think about to develop excellent leaders in the society, excellent researchers, and excellent educators. And with a variety of aims, students join us in Kyoto University. And so we have to provide the opportunity that each student can be creatively making the opportunity for their own study. Research and education are inseparable, and therefore, for the introductory education for freshmen and juniors, as well as the sophomore and senior higher grade educations, have a continuous style. However, the phase and stage is quite different. In other words, students should not place less emphasis on the fields that he or she is not specialized in. Now, the theme of today's program is the undergraduate level education and science education. These are the two keywords that appear in the title of the program. So this theme is set at the crossroad of these two key components. How to teach undergraduate students? What kind of education should we provide? I'm sure that lecturers will talk that simply handing over the fact and knowledge is not sufficient. And Dr. Wyman is very known to introduce the scientific approach to the undergraduate education by utilizing a variety of the scientific and advanced tools. And by using those tools, he tries to motivate students, to motivate them for further engagement. So what kind of a motivation we can provide to the introductory level students is going to be the key. And while the teachers engage in dialogue and communication with the students, what kind of a tool that teacher can utilize in evaluating and assessing the level of understanding of the students. Now, also, Dr. Bando, Dr. Sasao are prominent and enthusiastic researchers for education, and no one can be parallel with them. And I once had an opportunity to listen to their speeches, and I was very much impressed. And today is going to be a very good opportunity that we have all these prominent researchers as well as educators here joining on the lecture as well as the panel discussion. Please do raise any questions you may have and enjoy this significant program today. I hope that today's discussion is going to be of use for your future education as well as providing the correct feedback to the motivated students. Thank you very much for your attendance today.